I don't know specifically. There's so many. But a good one would be, say, a Ruger Mini 14. That's a good, capable rifle. I recommend that. Maybe an AR-15. That'd be good. Or a 308 on the air platform. That'd be good. A 6-to-1 L-can scope. That'd be good. As far as sidearms go, I like the HK 45. That's a good. I got a cop friend who said, he was asked, what's your favorite sidearm? And he goes, whichever one gets me back to my primary. Your primary is your rifle. The M60 is a nice gun too. It's also known as a pig. Military terminology. M134 minigun is 34. Hey little Bubba, what's your name?
Jeff.
Hi Jeff, what's your question?
It's a big honor to talking to you.
Thank you. The honor's mine. Come here. Give me your hand. Shake my hand. So, what's your question? Speak.
I have two questions.
Okay.
One was, if you gone against the judge from Stargate SG-1, would you think you would win? And the second one, what's your favorite Chuck?
Favorite Chuck?
Yeah.
Episode?
Yeah.
Well, I'll answer your second question first. My favorite Chuck episode would be Chuck versus the Couch Lock, where I got to be was pretending to be dead, and I got to put on the Marine dress blue uniform and lie in a coffin and pretend to be dead. And Eric Roberts came back and he guested on that show, so we had a lot of fun on that. And Christopher Judge, who would win? You mean in real life? You don't fight your friends. I would. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Nice job. Yes, sir. Yes,
Hi.
Hi.
I also have a Chuck question. As far as John Casey is, he was badass, thanks for that. I always felt like he had kind of like that softiness to him from the beginning, and then, you know, he got the daughter and he got softer. And as far as developing that character went, how easy was it and why? Or hard was it and why?
Funny, I kept asking the writers and producers, he gets to kill more people, right, in this episode? We're going to kill more people in this episode, right? No, you're going to meet your daughter, and you're going to have coffee with her. You're going to be fans of Downton Abbey. Casey, okay. It was nice to have an arc built in at the end. He was sort of one-dimensional in the first, early going, and they needed to walk that line and keep a serious element to it because you're doing a show, an action comedy about a guy with a computer in his head.
Yeah.
With all the huge government secrets, it's so dangerous to fall into the bad guy's hands, and we're just going to let him run around and do missions and stuff and get shot at. So Casey at least had to be a guy who could knock a guy down or potentially take Chuck out or Sarah out. But again, like in Firefly, I made him so lovable they couldn't get rid of him. And what are you going to do after 3 or 4 or 5 years? I got to develop this guy somehow. Let's give him a daughter. Maybe we'll meet his mom. We almost kind of met his mom in one episode where, man, I'm belt feeding her on an M60. I thought that was hilarious. What? You want to know more? What?
No.
Okay, good. That was a good question. Give her a hand.
How much of Jane did you put into Casey?
All of them. I don't know how to do anything else. I can only do Jane or Casey. Don't agree with me. Well, you know, I mean, me is me. What am I going to do? What's that? I think I tried to drop some subtle little Easter eggs, but they're different guys. One's completely untrustworthy mercenary, the other one's completely by the book, straight up patriot. So they're different. They talk a little different. One got an accent, the other one doesn't. But they both grunt. The grunts. I use the grunts. But I would prefer not to shave every day. I would prefer to have the scruff on, because shaving, as we all know, is not pleasant.
You know, I can only have to shave your face.
We do appreciate it, though. Yes, sir.
I actually have 2 questions for you. One was, what is your favorite recurring joke on any of the sets you've been on? And, like, offset or onset with the cast. And how many takes did it take to do the Summer Glau Jane River fight scene in the movie?
Well, our favorite running joke on Firefly was blaming Summer for anything that we did. Nathan came up with that one. We would all eventually use it. Summer!
What's the matter? Did you forget your line?
Yeah, it's your fault!
I'm sorry.
So sweet. And when we were doing that fight scene, there was a portion of the fight in Serenity with Summer and I where she had to disable me. She was feeling a little reluctant for the camera. So just, come on, just bury it in there. Come on, go ahead. So when you watch the scene again, you can see, I see the cut. But that fight scene took, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks to choreograph. They were working on that from the get-go. And it was this long, involved thing. I thought she was just brilliant. Summer Glau, ladies and gentlemen. Why is she not out here with me doing it? Okay. Next year.
I've been a fan of yours since The Bodyguard, and I figure it probably was hard getting roles when you were taller. I mean, you look at Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, they're really not that small. One thing I wanted to say was, as far as your 3 million fans, I think what they can't calculate is that Firefly was one of those shows, and I love being a parent, and I love that you love being a parent, your whole family watches. So it's not one television, it's one television set, but it's 4 or 5 or 6 people watching it, and generations, and thank you for that. And my question for you, if you had appointed any, because I know John Hughes probably was something you probably tried out for and maybe didn't get, if you could do a John Hughes or a Ridley Scott, which way would you go?
Well, they're both great. One's more comedy and one's more action. I think they're both fantastic. The late, great John Hughes. That would be the determining factor. Funny. When Firefly first aired, it was on Friday nights at 8. That's funny. Friday nights at 8. And Friday nights at 5:30, my kids had dance class. My daughters had dance class. Anybody see Dance Moms? You wouldn't think I would watch that show. I would love it. Oh, I love that show because it brings back such memories of the goings-on in the observation room. Our dance instructor, though, could actually dance. It's true. Miss Abby doesn't do much dancing in that show, does she? I know she can. I know she can. I know. Maybe in her younger years. So we would race home after dance class and turn on Firefly, and when that theme song hit, my kids were like 3 and 6 and 9. And it was just nice to see them, the kids were like, it was one of the few shows that I could actually sit and watch with them. Chuck was like that too, but that one was really special because they were so little and innocent. It was hard explaining to them when it was canceled. It's great. Merry Christmas. And Daddy put McAllen 18.
In high school, I had an English class that taught the structure of creative writing through Firefly. And it taught me a lot about how to write, and it affected how I do a lot of things. What do you think about Firefly being used to teach these young people who are eventually going to grow up to be the ones writing?
I think that's great. Joss's structure and his team of writers, their structure was just fantastic. If you can get your hands on the screenplays themselves, which apparently you have, and read through them, they flow from Act 1, prologue, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and epilogue. And the dialogue is just so fun, so much fun to play. I think that's as a writer, my pet peeve is having to do exposition, explain the story. On Chuck, we had General Beckman. On Charlie's Angels, they have Charlie. Basically explain the story so that the main characters don't have to explain the story. I think that's always wonderful. So focus on telling the story with the visuals, finding an expositor, the exposition guy. And let that be that device, and let your main characters just run around and play and learn about their lives. So try that, I guess. Not a writer, obviously. Got it. Next. Sir.
Hi. I have a Mass Effect question. You did a voice for Carl Rieger in Mass Effect 2. Yeah! I was, yeah.
Yeah,
you did. And I was curious, first of all, did you have any notable experiences while doing voice acting on that particular project? And more specifically, the Quarian race has a very particular accent, but your character was Jane the Quarian. Did they have you try the accent at all, or did they just say, you know what, we love Jane, just do Jane.
Just do Jane. Maybe that's me. That's why I'm not in Mass Effect 3. I didn't do the right accent.
Well, I got an email from you in Mass Effect 3, and you didn't do too well.
Yeah. Oh, I died?
Apparently.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Oh.
We did hear about it in an email, though.
It's not secret. It's not a secret. Well, the funny thing about voiceover work is, especially for games, is you come in and you do a sequence of cues, and then you do some of the script and the storyline, but they jump around as I'm not a gamer, so they change the storyline as you play through the game, so linearly my brain can't wrap my mind around it, having not played the game, just having read the thing. So it was a money thing.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
You're wearing my shirt.
Did you give this to me?
That was me.
Thank you. You get the panel. You're going to get the panel now. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Margaret.
Margaret, nice to meet you. Thank you for the shirt.
Thank you for wearing it.
Damn it.
I hope you never make it again. I hope you're never on it again.
Never on what again?
The shirt, back of the shirt.
Oh, that, right.
Did you
Yeah.
shove it in the back?
I haven't. I will when we're done.
Okay, please shove it in the end.
I'll show them at the end.
Don't
You
leave.
tell you what, explain what it is.
So I can just tell them.
Yeah, just tell them.
I came up with this idea a while ago after being a fan of Joss Whedon's works for a very long time. I started with Buffy, and you know, there are lots of deaths in Whedon's shows. On the back of their shirt are over 40 names. Most of the people that, you know, we're going to miss are there. There are a few people that didn't warrant being there. Like, I didn't put Warren there.
This guy.
He doesn't deserve it, but there are, yeah. Marcus from Angel is on it. He's wearing it now. And I gave him to Summer for Bennett.
Well, it's an honor to be on your shirt, damn it.
It's so good to wear.
Right.
It's awesome.
And is this shirt available in stores?
I've been told by many people that I should open an Etsy store. So
Stay right on that. Thank you very much. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for the shirt. Pleasure. I think that's the last question we have time for.
Yeah, one more.
We have time for one more.
Hello.
Hello.
I have to say, great fan of Firefly and Full Metal Jacket. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a couple, I guess one question. It's April Fool's Day, so appropriate. What would be the best April Fool's joke you played, and what was the best one played on you?
Not much of a prankster. I don't know. I probably lied about something. Shucks. Put me on the spot. I know I saw something in the Twitter feed, so I put that up earlier today that I was cast as Reagan in a movie. I cast as Reagan in a movie. I think that was pretty good. Some people bought it. Really? I bet it was such a poorly written article. It's like, there's no way that's real.
What are you doing next?
I have a Castle episode that I did with Nathan. The folks at Castle were kind enough to invite me to come on for an episode because they knew that Chuck was no longer, so I get to play this character named Ethan Slaughter. We're hopeful that he will become something that can carry forward because he was just so much damn fun to play. Anyway, Seattle, I love you. Thank you for having me. You're a great city.